I'll open up. Obviously disappointed with the performance, all three phases. We got to be better on every phase of the game. That wasn't us. That wasn't up to our standard.
Shane, is Will dealing with something? I didn't see Will Mallory.
Will Mallory, yeah, he's got the thumb. Yeah.
How do you look at the kicking competition? Is this going to come down to last week?
Yeah, it's still ongoing. We got a lot of belief and faith in both of those guys, so we'll keep that going.
Riley had a chance to start today. How would you evaluate his performance?
Up and down, did some good things at times, but I think overall as an offense, the whole game, just third downs, I think we were 1 of 11. We weren't staying on the field. We weren't converting. We got to be a lot better in a lot of situations.
Between both of them, how much do you weigh supporting cast and then just having to execute in general?
Yeah, I think you look at all that. I think that's all comes into play when you're evaluating the tape. But, like I said, I think there was some good, but a lot that we need to improve on.
Do you see a little something from McGowan out there?
Yeah, he ran hard, physical. I was pleased with how he ran. I was pleased with Castle as well. He came in there in the second half and ran hard as well. So I was pleased with both the way those guys ran.
You guys felt like they moved the ball pretty easily. What did you see? What were your impressions on that side?
Yeah, I think we can't give up explosive plays. I think we gave up a few of those in the run game and in the pass game, and obviously that leads to points. And then on the flip side, the complimentary part of it is we can't go 3 and out on offense, and then they get the ball for the time of possession was so lopsided today, and they were out there the whole time.
As you sit here today, do you know what your linebacker group looks like? Do you know who's going to start? Do you have a sense of what the depth chart's going?
I think that's still ongoing as well. We got a lot of guys that are capable, and they're still competing. We got another week.
How much did CJ's, a couple of injuries kind of hold him back in terms of getting going?
Yeah, I think anytime you're hurt, you got to get out there and you got to practice and play. And there's one thing to do mental reps in the meeting room, but you got to get out there and play. So it was good to see him out there today and getting some reps.
Does he have a lot more to prove? I mean, I know the expectation, at least from our perspective, was he was going to be the Mike, but is that fluid, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, we're still working through that process right now. I mean, this is just starting to get back in the flow of practicing. So we got, this week and next week, and then obviously we got game week, so we'll go from there.
How would you evaluate Jalen Tuimoloau through first 2 preseason games?
I thought he's done some good things. I thought he's, set the edges pretty well. Some things that, we need to clean up, just like all the other guys. But I thought he's played well, and he's coming on in the second year.
From a pressure standpoint in preseason games, you guys gotten enough?
Yeah, a little bit. I think preseason's a little watered down as far as pressures go. Obviously, teams are playing their base coverages and just bringing single backer pressures and, safeties, and that's about it. So, but we get a lot of that in our practice. Obviously, we get that in our walkthroughs and stuff, so we go through that process.
Spencer Schrader now perfect through preseason. How much closer are you to making a decision about your kicker?
Yeah, like I just mentioned, I think that's ongoing. But both those guys are starting kickers in this league, so it's going to be a big decision for us.
How do you weigh games versus practice?
I think you take them both into accountability. I think even in these preseason games, even when it's like a 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, potentially we want to kick it to get those guys reps in the game. So we take them all into account.
What's been your impression of how Dalton Tucker's kind of handled playing center over the last couple of weeks?
I thought he's done a nice job. Obviously, it's a new spot for him and a new role, and there's a lot on the center's plate. But I think he's taken it really well mentally. And he's still working through that process. But I like his physicality there, at that spot, obviously rotating from guard to there. That's a big transition, but I thought he's handled it well.